Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, February 27th. I had all sorts of opportunities for things to do today. It was all like, my friends were like, I want to go out to eat, and I'm like, maybe, depending on time, and then I'm trying to get to a movie. I want to get to a movie today, because I got a movie or two or three or whatever that I want to see, and some of them aren't going to be in theaters much longer at all. So I'm like, I really want to try and get to a movie or two, because in making the decision for the movie pass, it was kind of at the point where I'm like, all right, and there's a couple movies right now that I wouldn't mind going to see if it were more affordable. So I'm like, I want to go see those, and now it's been a few weeks since I got ordered that, and I'm like, we'll see. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and do that, but then my mom leaves for vacation tomorrow, and she needs to go over some things that she wants me to do to help take care of the house while they're gone. And so they want me to come over, and so her comment was, hey, you want to go to Golden Corral at 4? And I'm like, okay, well, I get off at 3:45. Right now I'm driving over there and it's 3:56. I'm not gonna meet there. I know the price goes up, but I'm like, I'll meet you, whatever. I think she's gonna try and pay it beforehand and then just show the receipt when I get there. We'll see if they're okay with that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna meet her there. We're gonna eat, and then I'll probably stop and get my tickets on the way over to her house, learn what I need to, go to the movies, and tell my friends they can shove it. Or just that I can't make it. One of those. And I'm only like 12 minutes late pulling into the parking lot for Golden Corral. Oh well. Guess we'll see if they make us pay the difference since I got here late. Nobody cares. Either the glass shrunk or the straws got longer. I found a shorter one, but I'm like, I just put the straw in, I'm like, wait, what happened? This isn't going far enough into the glass. It's sticking out much too much.
I wonder if they have other drinks that are taller.
I wonder if they just ordered the wrong straws and trying to hope no one notices. I noticed. And I got a salad. They have no ice cream. And hung out with Mom and Mike a little bit, like maybe an hour, a little less actually, because I got there late. And ate. Food was good. Actually didn't eat too much. Probably because on a time schedule, made it, that did not promote just excessive eating. I ate until I was full, and I was like, all right, I'm ready. And they'd already eaten, started before I got there, so they were, of course, good by then. Now I'm going to the theater to pick up a ticket and figure out how that works with the movie pass. Hopefully it's easy and simple and everything is fine. As long as that is the case, I will then go to my mom's and do what I need to do there, and before hopefully having time to go home and change so I can be more comfortable because I'm still in work clothes, and then actually going to the movie. So should be fun. Let's see how this whole buying a movie ticket with the movie pass works. Alright, so I arrive in the theater lot. I pull up the app on my phone, which is already linked to the card. I go find the theater I'm at, I find the show and the time that I want, and I select it. I say check in, and it says, hey, card's loaded, you got 30 minutes to buy your ticket. I am now walking in. The first thing I'm going to try is just the little kiosk. See if I can do that without even having to talk to a person. We'll see if it works. Yeah, kiosk worked. I got my ticket. $6.40 ticket for Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, which I wanted to see when it came out and just never got around to it. And it's about to be gone from theaters. It's down to one auditorium, and the times are a little bit shallow even there. So gonna go see that, but that's in an hour and a half. So I'm headed out. Gonna go do what I need with Mom. Yeah, like I said. But yeah, that was pretty easy. And it's apparently $5. So if I go one other movie at the same sort of price point, it'll be the same sort of, it'll pretty much be breaking even with the monthly thing. But the theory with this is I might try and go see a movie at least once a week. Right now I might bunch a whole bunch up right near the beginning this week if I can, because there's a few I want to see that are going to be gone. But yeah. Also, while headed out of there, I noticed there's a sign, Tuesdays is $5 Tuesday, whatever. So that's why it seems cheaper than I thought they were, specifically just because I came today. So I'm not sure how much tickets are normally. I was like, I felt like they were more expensive. It probably are. So I got stuff I need from Mom. Basically figured out how to log into her pharmacy accounts, because she's gonna run out of her medicine the day she gets back from her vacation, and it takes several days for them to fill it. So she needs me to go in and log in a couple days before she gets back and order the renewal for it, so that she'll have it in time, because she won't have internet. They're going on a cruise. So it's a bit of a pressure thing, because I have to remember that. That is something she has to have every day. She's, got spine issues and such, and it doesn't do well for her to to be without. So now I'm headed back to my condo. And yeah, so the plan is drop off all my stuff, change out of work clothes, and then rush back up to the theater. See Jumanji. Yeah. So I did get home, got some things inside, got changed, much more comfortable now. I didn't even get a chance to upload a vlog today. And the movie gets out at like 8:45, 8:50. So I pretty much rush home and get to bed after that. So it'll probably be the first day in quite a while that I'm missing one, because I doubt that I'm gonna get to it. That being said, I'm getting ready to go to the movies. I will be watching Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. And it's a movie that came out quite a while ago at this point, but I just haven't gotten around to seeing it. I've wanted to since the beginning. It just had an interesting concept, it looked good, it looked humorous, so I've wanted to see it for a while. And so I'm finally getting my chance to do so. And when I get out, I will discuss it. Give my opinions, thoughts, reviews, whatever. There will be spoilers involved in that. So if you haven't seen the movie and do intend to, then probably don't carry on past this clip until you've seen it. Just ultimately, like I said, I'm just gonna go home after that. So that'll pretty much end the vlog. So you've seen everything else for today. If you don't want to find out about Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, then don't watch anymore. If you do, then I'll see you when I get out of the movie. Wow, I really loved that movie. First, just an opinion, I loved it. I say 4 out of 5 stars for Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. And now go in more spoilery-ish. I felt it did a decent enough job being a sequel to Jumanji, which I grew up with as a kid. I loved as a kid. I had the board game as a kid. Don't worry, I turned out safe. But yeah, so good. With some rhyming, and there were just little bits that I'm like, okay, yeah, you paid attention to some of the details of that movie, and so yeah, there was that. It was good as that. Yeah, I loved that they had a character who'd been stuck in the game for so long, much as basically as Robin Williams had been in the original movie. But yeah, with Alex just sort of being that character, that was one, just little ties like that made it such a great sequel to a movie that was so meaningful to me as a kid, that I loved as a kid. And yeah, it's a good thing when they make a movie that I loved as a kid. I'm glad I felt they did a good job. And the action and the adventure was cool. The video game action was cool, but the character of Spencer, and they began it from before he ended up in the game, the idea that while he's playing a video game, he's saying what he's doing. They set that up, and it felt kind of weird when they set it up, but then when he ends up in the game and explaining what's going on as he's fighting, I get it. I get why they did it. They built into the character him being able to say what's going on so they can explain it to an audience that doesn't necessarily know about video games, but as an audience member that does know something about video games, it felt a little heavy-handed, a little hand-holding, saying, here's how video games work. I'd have gotten it a little quicker, but okay, so for a broader audience, I understand. But the character of Spencer and Martha, I loved that relationship so much. Just the idea, okay, so he ends up in the game and his character is brave and that he uses that and he takes it out in the real world. That I loved that romance subplot. That meant a lot to me. As a guy that as a kid in high school and through college, so often had a crush for so long and just never did a thing about it. That was me, that kid that sits there and yearns and doesn't say a thing and is just too cowardice. That was me. I say was. It isn't currently, but I'm sure I don't necessarily know that I've gotten completely over that. I'm still potentially that if I ended up in that situation again. But it meant so much for me just to see him overcoming that character. Wish fulfillment, I guess. And plus with, during that part with the romantic interest being Karen Gillan. Very nice. Bethany's romance subplot with Alex was sweet and had such a sweet ending. When you see him, because I know how Jumanji worked, and I knew he was going to go back to his own time. To be faithful to the original movie, he would have to go to his own time. And so I was like, well, it's just not going to work between them. And I was wondering how she was going to take it. And then you see him, when they go to his house, and they see him, and he gets out of the car, and there's a little girl that runs out of the car up the stairs to her grandfather. I'm like, he named her after, and he did. He named his daughter after her. And that moment was so meaningful. And just seeing the change that it had on Bethany, the popular girl, the football star that gets his childhood friend back and stops worrying about whether or not he's cool. Just seeing the way that each of the characters changed at the end was so wonderful. And then, beyond that, in the game, of course, hilarious cast. Hilarious. None greater, of course, than Jack Black, playing a high school, self-obsessed young girl. He did a great job, and just playing out the evolution of that character. But yeah, definitely, A+ for Jack Black there. Kevin Hart was Kevin Hart. Always a joy. Dwayne Johnson was smoldering, and like I said, Karen Gillan, action, beauty, and I enjoyed seeing funny with some failed flirting, and it was fun to see them playing the characters that they're playing, because they're playing their video game characters, but they're also playing the video game characters as portrayed by these kids. And you can definitely see that personality come through, which was great fun. Great fun to watch, and I'd imagine must have been great fun for them to just get to play that kind of awkward role. It's so much fun. But yeah, I had a blast in that movie. I cried at the end. I was crying when they're, like when I'm seeing Bethany meet Alex as an adult, and I'm start crying, and then we get to the next, and the whatever, final scene, with Stuart and Martha, and he kisses her. Yes, yeah, he did it, and he was brave without being The Rock, without being his video game avatar. He could still be that brave, and yeah, it's a wish fulfillment kind of idea. Just wonderful. It was a really good movie, and it had lots of funny and action and all that amongst it. The plot felt very video game plot. It felt, which is a little weak. But it set it up where that's almost what it needed to be. So good on it. I mean, you know, it was a little laid out, but that's what it is. It's a video game plot. So I thought they did a good job. They set up the expectation, and that was all it needed to be. And it was a series of set pieces between there that worked wonderfully. But as much of a high as that movie's gotten me on, it's 9:07. I gotta work in the morning, so I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna get to bed. If you saw Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, please let me know what you thought of it below. What your favorite parts were. If you had expectations that weren't met. Either way, let me know what you thought. Because I had such a blast. But yeah, I'm gonna head home, get to bed. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues. Bye. And I took an extra like 10 minutes that I don't really have. And I did upload a vlog today, so I'm not missing a day. Again, see you next time. Bye.